the Beit El. The Egyptians viewed it as a staircase. Rosinsky goes on to say on page 115, he says, "You go out by day, you unite with the beaming sun disk when your countenance shines." This is the dead being deified, or divinized, as the sun god Re, and part of the dead's divinity consists of the ability to both breathe as well as to wander about, and you travel. You travel through the cosmos, and this is emphasized by Rosinsky. On page 115, he also says, "Your nostrils draw in the air, your nose breathes the north wind, and your throat gets air, and you accept the life into your body." See, this is the principle. Breathing gives the candidate his increased abilities and enhanced capacities. Brzezinski says, "You open your mouth, and you speak to the God. You have command before the transfigured. You eat bread and drink beer. Your majesty goes out as a living soul. Your eyes are opened for you, and your ears are opened up for you, that you look with your eyes and hear with your ears." Now, Michael Dennis Rhodes demonstrates that this is exactly the idea of the point of the Book of Breathings, our Book of Breathings in the Joseph Smith Papyri. They make way for the resurrection of the dead to get back to vigorous youth. All of your senses are restored, your hearing, your sight, your taste, your smell, your ability to talk, etc., as you live among the gods as a god. And Rhodes' translation of the Joseph Smith Book of Breathings says, "May your soul make for you invocation offerings of bread, beef, beer, and fowl, libations and incense during the course of every day. Your flesh is on your bones, made like your form on earth." This is in his book of the Book of Horus, the translation of the Book of Horus, Book of Breathings. And this is the sacrament motive, the eating bread and drinking the beer. It deals with physical sustenance. Well, let me look here. Rosinsky. Oh, here we go. Okay, Rosinsky. He says, "Your heart is permanently at the right spot," and he's reading more of the Book of Wandering. "Your hands grasp, your soul's stride, each of your limbs does his work. You pull along as a wind, you scurry as a shadow there, you assume the shape that you always want." See, the dead's body is able to move now. He's animated in the heavens. He's alive. And Rhodes' translation of the Hypocephalus noted that in chapter 162 of the Book of Dead, in Richard Lepsius' Totem book, it reads in part, "You rise consistently shining forth and never ceasing to rise. You are a master of forms who has numerous appearances. You are a strong roarer in the midst of the assembly of the gods." Isn't that interesting in light of the storm gods idea that I've elaborated on? This Egyptian word, Pesjet, literally means the nine, and Hans Godicke suggests to Rhodes this meant the assembly of the gods as the strokes are plural. And this is out of Rhodes, a translation and commentary of the Joseph Smith Hypocephalus in the BYU Studies for the spring of 1977, page 260 and 261. Well, the shadow that Rosinsky noted in the Book of Wanderings is the double, or the cough man. Oh, and really, Rosinsky notes, as he's scurrying about as a shadow, he notes that the hieroglyphics are the Horus hawk. He says, "Zeuger de Gatter herrlich Sperber, der als Volk fliegt, Metternich Stille. Beschützt sei Horus als größer Sperber, der fliegt am Himmel." Ja, der fliegt am Himmel. Auf der Erde und in der Unterwelt. This is on page 116. The father of the Urguter, the father of the original gods, the splendid sparrow hawk who flies like a falcon. And the Metternich Stille is protected by Horus as a big sparrow hawk that flies to heaven. See, here's this movement again. On the earth and in the underworld. See, this is the messenger bird in Facsimile number 1, yes. The idea is there's no part of the cosmos that the dead, once they take the form of this hawk or sparrow hawk, there's no part that is inaccessible to them. Oh, and of course the Ka name, the Horus name of the kings in Egypt, signified the king as the earthly embodiment of the old falcon god Horus, and as such was identified with the sun god Re himself. Gardner says that in his grammar, page 72. And Gardner translates in the grammar the Perer ten repet em ner wet perer iher tepet Jenahu 10, wherever you go up to heaven as vultures, I go up on the tips of your wings. He says that on page 357. Oh, here he goes. And this is the big one on Rosinski. This is real good. I can't skip this. Wenn du dich zu Himmel erhebst, that is, when you rise to heaven, your arm is not hindered. Wenn du zur Unterwelt niedersteigst, if you descend to the underworld, you are not kept away. You continue on the way of the gods that live on the horizon, and you make ready your place with the Westerners. The Westerners, the West, is the land of the dead. This is the land of Osiris, the Lord of the West, Kentimenti, the grand presidency of heaven, in Facsimile number 3, which Joseph Smith identified specifically as that presidency of heaven. That is Kentimenti, land of the West. You circulate in the heavens in their times. Du umwandelst den Himmel hinter den Gestirnen und umkreisest das Firmament der Unterwelt mit den Sternen. You circumambulate with the stars in the heavens of the underworld. You come as the messenger of the lords of the horizon. See, you're as a bird, and you come as the... Du kommst als Bote der Herren des Horizons. You come as the messenger of the lords of the horizon, and accompany those that are in the underworld. You unite with the Lord of eternity when he rises on his course in the day, and with the Lord of infinity when he enters the night. This earth is opened up for you as a noble one of the heirs. See, geöffnet ist der diese Erde als einen Edlen der Lüfte. The earth is opened for you as a noble one of the heirs. The cosmology is what's to be. Man is united with eternity, with the cosmos, and as he does so as God, you can come and go as you please. Hugh Nibley put it this way. He said the ultimate damnation for the Egyptians was to be deprived of identity and freedom to move about, having no claim to renewal in the cosmic cycle of things. That's in the message of the Joseph Smith Papyri, page 205. And now he is properly called the Neb Er Jer, the Lord of the universe. And of course he unites with the horizon together with his father Re, so that his boss spirit may be able to appear gloriously in heaven in the moon disk, so that his corpse might shine in Orion within the body of the sun goddess or the sky goddess. Nut, and this is from Robert Rittner, the breeding permit of Horus 34 years later in his Dialogue, a Journal of Mormon Thought article, Winter 2000, page 106. So, well, the idea is you can enter the horizon together with Re, and you receive your soul into the Neshmet boat with Osiris, and you make your divine soul in the house of Geb, since you are justified forever and ever. This is more the Book of Breathings. And the god Re in the Book of Breathings, 3284, he is called the Far Strider. And this shows that he traverses the eternity, in other words, the sky. He's continually circulating around and around and around and going back and forth between the heavens and the earth. Yes. This is Rosinski, says, you proceed to the place to which you want. Zu dem du willst. You want to go somewhere? Go ahead, go. You proceed to the place to which you want. You travel northwards and southwards from Elephantine up to the delta at the festival of all the gods. You climb on the sacred bark with the blessed ones. Your seat is in the front of the ship of the god. This is the allowing to traverse eternity with the gods. And this is one of the ultimate goals of the Egyptians. See, heaven is not a place of boredom where you sit around and sing with a bunch of happy folk doing nothing else. That's not the heavenly view at all. Heaven is to move, to travel, to enjoy. You get to see new sights, enjoy good company. Heaven is learning. It's working on our ignorance. It's expanding our horizons. See, there's nothing static about heaven in these views of these ancient documents. Anywhere we read it is in